Welcome. Let's hear it for our band. And if you're still downstairs in the building, I invite you to come upstairs right now. We're ready to start. And if you're online, welcome. It's 11 o'clock here in the Pacific time zone, and we are ready for an amazing service today. As you can see, I've got the room set up for my Oprah setup. So you're all going to have a car. There's a car under your chair. There's a car under your chair. There's a car under your chair. Now, those of you online, don't you wish you were here in person for the seats? Of course, it's a Matchbox car, but there's a car under your chair. There's a car under your chair. My name is Reverend Ken Daigle, and I am the senior minister here. This feels very hot and live to me. Does my microphone seem really hot? Very present in the room. So I don't know how it is online. I hope it's good online. We're so delighted you're here. We have the honor of celebrating 104 years of Unity San Francisco today. And we have some very special treats for you along that line as our music team, our choir, and singers are getting into place. I invite you to sing along with this tune with them. It's called Welcome, and it's written by Mesa and Ryan, and it's a welcome to Unity San Francisco. Take it away.
Good morning, Unity San Francisco. I want you to think about these words, and if they apply to you, sing along. You are welcome, welcome. You are welcome here. Come on. Who doesn't like to groove first thing on Sunday morning? W-E-L-C-O-M-E, W-E-L-C-O-M-E, all are welcome in unity. W-E-L-C-O-M-E, 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 we salute your divinity. W-E-L-C-O-M-E. Does life have you on a stormy path? And does your heart yearn for peace and rest? A place you can learn and grow. I know a place you can go. Do you have more questions than answers? Does something deep within you stir? Are you longing to know Unity San Francisco? W-E-L-C-O-M-E, W-E-L-C-O-M-E, all are welcome in unity. W-E-L-C-O-M-E, 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 we salute your divinity. W-E-L-C-O-M-E, we see your divinity. We see your authentic self. We see who you are called to be. We see your godliness. We love and let peace lead the way. We love the wholeness of you. We love and activated faith. We love through trials too. We are a diverse community. We are a safe place to go. We are founded in unity. We are Unity San Francisco. W-E-L-C-O-M-E, W-E-L-C-O-M-E, all are welcome in unity. W-E-L-C-O-M-E, 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 we salute your divinity. W-E-L-C-O-M-E. Come on, Ken.
Let's hear it for our music team one more time, and Miss Mesa Malone. Misa's going to join me in the Oprah setup now.
Hi, Oprah. I'm so excited. Hi. Oh my God, I'm on TV.
I've waited my whole life for this opportunity.
I love you so much.
Thank you. I love you too. Today is going to be a theme that you're going to hear over and over again, and I want you to ask this question to yourself too. What brought you to Unity San Francisco?
Truth?
Yeah.
Ken Daigle. So in fairness, Ken hired me to sing for him at Unity in Fremont. And then when he moved to San Francisco, he said, well, you drove to Fremont. Will you drive to San Francisco? And I said, it's closer. Yeah, sign me up. Yeah. But the bigger question is what keeps me at Unity. And there's a lot of reasons, and I've shared them before, but I think the main one that I always come back to is the warm welcome that I received. Kate Thornton and Gwen and Barbara Renfro and Marty and Errol and so many others. I was only coming periodically, maybe every few months or so, but every time I came, it was like they just saw me last week. They greeted me with open arms. Oh my gosh, you're here. We're so happy you're here. And it was genuine. And for somebody who came up in the Church of God in Christ, genuine was different. It was different. And as I continued to come and sing, I actually started listening to Ken Daigle and to Rev Deanne and listening to all the things that started to make sense that had never made sense at the other churches I'd visited. So then I opened my heart to Unity because Unity opened their arms to me. So that's why.
Yeah. So here's a question I didn't tell her about before. What's
Pop quiz.
Pop quiz. What's your most memorable experience here at Unity San Francisco?
Oh my, there's been so many. My most memorable good experience.
We all have both.
Got a caveat. Got to put a caveat on that. Ken trusted me. Ken trusted me to help with the centennial. So for our centennial, 100-year anniversary, we moved from Bush Street to here, and he trusted me with that music, and he trusted me to rewrite Lin-Manuel Miranda. And that's actually when I first started rewriting.
Yeah.
For Unity.
Wow, I didn't put that together, yeah.
Yes, when I first started rewriting I rewrote The Room Where It Happens from Hamilton to be specific to what was happening here. And he unleashed a monster, and I've been rewriting ever since. So I think that's one of my best memories, is being unleashed on something that I would never be cast for. But I had a really good time rewriting it for us.
Fabulous, fabulous. So I'm here to answer the question for myself because I was called here, called to the role and called to this community by something larger than me. And Misa's going to sing us a song about that, and we are going to take that to prayer.
Called to be the glory on earth so all might see the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. I am the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. We are called to be. I am called to be a maker, be an instrument of peace. I am called to be a giver of abundance I receive. I am called to be a prayer, living out the truth I seek. I am called to be everything. I am called to be the glory on earth so all might see the love and all the beauty that shines in you called to be forgiveness. Where pain is run too deep, we are called to be compassion. Be the wind beneath each wing. We are called to make communion. Only then can we succeed. We are called to be a prayer, living out the truth we seek. We are called to be everything. We are called to be, called to be the glory on earth so all might see the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. I'm the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. We are called to be, called to be the glory on earth so all might see the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. I'm the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. We are called to be. We are called to be. We are called to be.
We know the truth. We are not here by accident, but we are here by divine appointment. I invite you to step into that knowing here as you sit in this room and watch online. You have been called to this time and place, to the planet in this moment, because your wisdom, your love, your instinct, and your dedication is needed right here and right now to lift the planet from what it is to what it could be. We're called to this moment. We're called to this community. We are called to be all that we can be. So in this knowledge and in this truth, we affirm, I am ready. I am here. And the time is now. And so it is. And so we let it be. Amen. Namaste.
Thank you, Reverend Ken. If we are in this place for being called just for this moment, it's such a beautiful place to be. If Reverend Ken is Oprah, then that must make me Dr. Phil or Dr. Oz or something like that. I don't know. If I've Jerry Spring, all of those people. Yeah. Ellen, all of these people, I don't know if I want to be, so I'll just be David. My name is David Montecalvo, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer here at Unity San Francisco. And it is such a pleasure to see each and every one of you as we celebrate 104 years of transformed lives. Unity San Francisco has a number of ways in which you can stay engaged with your spirituality, that you can remember that you are called to be and to grow and to transform. These are in the form of meditations. So Sunday mornings, we have our sound meditation here in the room, but also online. And it's at 10:15, and it's a beautiful sound meditation, and you can just stay aligned with yourself and get a sense of calm before you come into service. Midday, Monday through Friday, we have our meditations that are held via Zoom. And then we also have choose your own on-demand meditations. All of the links for these things can be found on unitysf.com or unitysf.org. If you are a first-time guest, we are incredibly grateful that you've chosen to spend your Sunday with us. If you're in the room, you have a bulletin. If you have not had a bulletin, please raise your hand and one of our wonderful ushers will be bringing it to you. If you are online, check your email that was sent on Friday, and that has all of our announcements and all our wonderful happenings that we have going on. Within the bulletin, there is a spiritual connection card, and I invite everyone to fill this out, whether this is this is your first time or whether you've been coming for 104 years. Fill this out, and this is just a way for us to stay connected and a way to know of any updates and whatnot. They're dropping a link in the chat right now if you are online. And hold on to this spiritual connection card because we're going to revisit it later. And now as the music team is heading into place, they're going to sing a song, and then after we're going to have an interactive meet and greet. So if you're viewing us on Livestream or YouTube, go to our website, click on the Zoom link, and in a moment, we're going to have a chance to say hi. And now I'm going to pass it to Misa and team for you to stand as you are willing and able. If you're at home, you have the whole room to yourself to dance, but if you're here, you can also dance. And we're going to kick it off.
I'm looking for a miracle. I expect the impossible. I feel the intangible, and I see the invisible. I'm looking for a miracle. I expect the impossible, and I feel the intangible, and I see the invisible. To what I can have. The sky is the limit to what I can have. The sky is the limit to what I can have. Just believe and receive it. I've heard it will happen today. Hey, hey, just believe and receive it. I've heard it will happen today. I'm looking for a miracle. I expect the impossible. I feel the intangible, and I see the invisible. I'm looking for a miracle. I expect the impossible, and I feel the intangible, and I see the invisible. The sky is the limit to what I can have. Yes, yes, yes. The sky is the limit to what I can have. Just believe. The sky is the limit to what I can have. Just believe and receive it. I've heard it will happen today. Hey, hey, just believe and receive it. I've heard it will happen today. I expect a miracle every day. I have heard there is a way. Come on, always a way. Sing. I expect a miracle every day. I have heard there is a way. Always a way. I expect a miracle every day. I have heard there is a way. Always a way. I expect a miracle every day. I have heard there is a way. Always a way. Just believe and receive it. I've heard it will happen today. Hey, hey, just believe and receive it. I've heard it will happen today. All right, we have reached our time of meet and greet. Please greet your neighbor with a handshake or a hug. Please make sure you say hi to our family online. Happy Sunday! Everybody!
see your beautiful faces. Judith, Jean, Emmy, Daniel, Jesse and Gunilla. Hi, Susan. Joe Marie. Hi, Joe Marie. Kate. Woohoo. Noel, Ron, and Mark. Nice to see you all. I'm going to hand the microphone over. I miss you. Well, I'm so glad you're back. I'm glad you had a good vacation.
Everybody. So good to see you. Happy Sunday.
Fabulous.
So happy you're here. It's a great in the room, and hope you're having a wonderful time where you are too. Good to see you all.
All right, if everybody wants to have a seat, we're going to kick it off to Reverend Ken for a special announcement.
Hey there, everybody. There is plenty of time for more hugs and more food after. There'll be a salon for the people online in the Zoom room, a chance to chat and get to know each other. And there's also an opportunity downstairs for hospitality. We have great Hispanic hospitality downstairs today. It's our taco bar. It's Taco Sunday. Taco Sunday at Unity. So I just want to give you a quick shout out to Absolute Abundance Flight. This is the third in the Absolute Abundance series. There's First Steps, which is the beginner's course, the main course, which is called Metamorphosis, and the last course is called Flight. And I'm really excited because I'm reinventing some of it right now because of the experience I had down in Baja, Mexico, and a deepening and understanding of what I was teaching. And we're interjecting some of that new learning that I went through into this course. So I invite you to ask me more questions about it, to sign up, to find out more. If you've taken it before, I think you'll get something out of it this time. So think about that and talk to me about it. The sign-up's on our website. And as I mentioned at the beginning, we're 104 years old. Woo! Right? And what that means to me and why we're celebrating 104 is 10 years ago we celebrated 94 before I got here as your senior minister. And the interim minister was Sonia was the senior minister, and she retired, and we had an interim minister come in while the community here did a search for your next minister, which I luckily won. Feel like I've already won the lotto, right? But the interim minister, Denise, as you're going to see here in a minute, reached out to Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou used to sit in the chairs, not these chairs, because we have new chairs since then. Right? But she sat in this community, let's put it that way. And I'm going to play you a video that explains Maya's connection to Unity San Francisco.
I wanted you to know Unity San Francisco is on Bush and Fillmore, which is very close to what you're talking about, where you were then. I believe that this ministry was on 9th Street when you came to visit.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Mrs. Scully.
Yes. That was the minister then.
That's right.
Yes. And
amazing. I was looking for her name in my memory yesterday because I knew I would be talking to you.
oh, that's beautiful.
And I counted upon my memory serving me. And this morning, before you called, it was Scully.
Oh my gosh. You're amazing. You are amazing.
When Maya Angelou needs comforting, what do you use?
I'm a student of Unity, and there's a book called
The
Lessons
Unity Church?
Unity Church.
Mm-hmm.
Maya first discovered the Unity Church in her 20s after her voice coach and mentor, Fred Wilkerson, invited her to a service there. Founded in 1889, Unity is a Christian movement that emphasizes affirmative prayer and education as a path to spirituality.
I took a course in Unity about 2 years ago, online. Not to become a member, a minister, but just to understand more deeply. There's a book called Lessons in Truth.
Wow.
And in the book, there's a line which is, God loves me. And when I came to read it to my then mentor, Frederick Wilkerson, the late Frederick Wilkerson. I read God Loves Me, and he said, read it again. I said, God loves me. He said, read it again. Read it again. And finally, I said, God loves me. It still humbles me that this force, which made leaves and fleas and stars and rivers and you, loves me. Me, Maya Angelou. It's amazing. I can do anything and do it well. Any good thing, I can do it. That's why I'm who I am. Yes, because God loves me and I'm amazed at it and grateful for it.
I need you, you need me. We all are one with everything. Stand with me, affirm with me. We all are one with everything. Our good is flowing, every need is supplied. You are important to me. I need you to survive. You are important to me. I need you to survive. I need you. You need me. We all are one with everything. Stand with me,
Misa and our music team, thank you. And so, on stage with me, I have Kate Thornton. Hi, welcome, Kate.
Thank you. May I just say hello to everybody? Also, that while this is the 104th anniversary of Unity San Francisco, it is my 28th anniversary with Unity San Francisco.
So you get a standing ovation before you start.
And a very funny thing that I only realized last week, I have been here longer than Julia and Ryan have been alive. So anyway, that's that.
And that's great. And you're still here, you're still serving, you're still kicking.
Yeah.
But what brought you here the first time? What was going on that you showed up at the doors?
I was not raised with church or religion or spiritual practices or anything of that nature, and I found myself at age 50 asking questions of myself or of something, not morbid, not depressed or anything, but just questioning. And I had a friend at the time who went to Unity in Marin, and she would say things about it, and I thought, that sounds kind of nice. But the Unity churches in San Francisco were not convenient for me, so I thought, well, there's plenty of churches in the city. I can go here and there, and maybe something will resonate. I happened to be, before I did any of that, I happened to be walking on Fillmore, crossing the Bush Street intersection, and I looked down the block, and there was a shingle hanging from a Victorian building, and there was a dove, I think with a blade of grass, and then the words Unity. And so I went down and I got the Times, and I came the next Sunday, and I've been coming ever since.
For those of you who are younger, that we used to advertise in what's called newspapers. And there was a whole section of what you could find Sunday services, right? And where they were.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, exactly. It's changed. They used to teach us that in ministerial school. It's funny now, right?
So when I went that first Sunday, Paul Tenaglia was the minister, and I really don't remember what the topic was. Oh, first of all, there was a woman there who had been a friend and a neighbor years ago, so that was kind of welcoming to see her. But also something he said, and I don't even remember his words, but that God was in each of us. And to me, that made perfect sense. And I thought, yeah, this is it. And
right.
I came back, and I've been coming.
So what keeps you coming? I mean, what is it that, after 28 years, you've heard the message, you've taken the classes, I know you've been in my classes, you've done the service, what keeps you coming back?
Well, I'll just say before that all the, prayer and meditation and all that, while wondrous to me, I didn't feel I had a right to take part in it because I hadn't earned it. I hadn't done all the work that everybody else had done. And in a way, it propelled me to become part of the community. I started taking classes, and I started doing a little service, and before long, I felt I was part of the community, and I felt that, I was entitled to everything, as we all are. So, but what keeps me here now is the community. It's always a positive, uplifting experience to come here. Over the years, through all the ministers, I've been through 5 ministers, I get a wonderful talk on Sunday, and I walk out the door uplifted. Yeah. And when I was working, and I haven't been working for a long time, but I always felt this is the energy I need to get through the week, and that was a big proponent. But now it's just the energy to get through tomorrow.
The wisdom of growing older.
Yeah.
We just need the energy to get through tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's all we need, right?
Yeah.
And the wisdom. So I brought out this Buddha with us.
Buddha.
This sits in my office. And this Buddha was picked up by the community on one of the travel trips we used to take, too. So this, during the Reverend Maureen years, we did a lot of trips around the globe. Thailand, Egypt, Peru, correct?
Yes, and India.
Yeah.
And
a lot of the different icons we have around the building, some in my office, some out out downstairs have come from those trips?
I did not go on the Thailand trip. I went on the other 3, and they were fabulous. I think this one came from the Thailand trip, actually.
Yeah.
But anyway, they were wonderful trips. And, you know, I think I told you, would I ever go touch the pyramids? Would I ever go, you know, barefoot walking on the floor of the Taj Mahal, feeling that marble under your feet? And sitting at Machu Picchu not long after dawn, meditating. I mean, those were just fabulous experiences, I have to say.
So, right. I think we have to revive those. Kate Thornton, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kate.
Yes, thank you, Reverend Ken. You made that very comfortable.
And so, yay, Kate Thornton. And now, for the opposite end of the spectrum, someone who is one of our youngest members, Ryan Harvey.
I think I am the youngest, Rev Ken.
Well, Julia, I think, is younger than you, right? No?
I'll have to guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask.
We'll have this debate later. But welcome. Thank you, Ryan. I know the answer to this one. So the reason you came is because of your parents and because we hired you, right?
Well, yeah.
So what's really more important is why you've stayed, and you've become a real member. You signed up for membership. You're a giving member here. You are more than an employee could ever be. I want to say that out to everyone. He is so much more than an employee could ever be. And he is one of, take this, just absorb it. You're one of the kindest, sweetest, most intelligent men I know.
Well, thank you.
Right? Thank you. Yeah.
It was a lot to take.
It is. And we teach this. One of the hardest things we ever have to do is to receive a compliment. But it is part of our learning is that as we receive, we cannot be truly abundant until we can receive. And when people see who you really are and they tell you, just let it in. One of the greatest gifts that Unity can give us, right? Let in your good.
And you asked me why I come here. Well, you said it. You know, the community here is so loving and so accepting, and the teachings felt so personal. They felt like the perfect answer for me. You know, everyone has their own problems and their own issues that they work with, but Unity feels like the key to every lock to me. And so as we're going through life, there are just ways to look at the world, and the positivity and the way you can change yourself, and by changing yourself, change the world, really resonated with me. And as I was sitting through the talks and listening to you guys week after week, it really kept kind of nagging at me. And I found, even before I started joining before I joined as a member, I found I was using the teachings in my communal life with my friends and my family, and using the teachings and the practices to help me navigate my work life, my school life, and kind of figure out any issues that came up anyway. And it was just so beautiful to be able to take what I get here on Sunday and to use it for, you know, the rest of my life.
Wow. Yay. Thank you. What is your greatest memory of being here at Unity San Francisco?
Oh, wow. Okay. I think it was back at Bush Street. I remember Errol giving the daily word and just seeing how, well, if you guys don't know, Errol was an amazing prayer chaplain and just an amazing person to be around and in the community. And that specific week, it was really early in my stint here, and I didn't really understand what prayer chaplains were. And he made Unity seem so special and so intricate and so detailed. And when he was up speaking the daily word, it felt like it was an event. It felt like he was someone who you really needed to listen to, and he compelled you to come in. And he was one of the big things that really drew me in. And that first time I heard him do the daily word was something that I personally will always remember.
Wow. Thank you. I want to point out to you and to everybody here that Errol was a volunteer here. He led the prayer chaplains, and he served here so many years. And that we have the music team, and they're absolutely incredible, and the music is transformative, and I work hard on my talks and the presentations for you here. But what Ryan remembers is a volunteer standing up and giving a reading in a service that truly changed his life, and how every little thing we do with great love, and how that changes everything. And that you showing up here to be at service online, to be at service in the room, to be at service downstairs, to be a prayer chaplain, to be a singer or a sound engineer or a live stream engineer, all matter. All matter incredibly. And we never know the ripple. When we put ourselves into the pond, we never know who the ripple is going to touch. So thank you, Ryan Harvey. Thank you. Rosie Domina. Dominia. Rosie Dominia. Have a seat. So Ryan's been here for about 7 years now? I didn't ask him that part, but I'm going to guess. You've been here 1.5? Is she on?
Got it. Hello.
There we go.
Got it. Thank you.
He muted it.
So I officially came here in November of 2022. So I still feel very new in many ways.
Less than a year.
Yeah, less than a year.
Wow. And what brought you here? What made you find us?
So I have a spiritual teacher in Stockton, and during her class there was another person in the community, because it's far to drive to Stockton. It's about a 2-hour drive, maybe more with traffic. And she mentioned Unity, and I've never heard of Unity before. And she said, check out Unity SF. So being the introvert that I am, I checked it out online first. There were 2 virtual services. It was those 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. So I checked it out, and I was like, okay, this seems pretty cool. Now, Rosie, be brave to check it out in person. Let's see what this does for you when you're in the space with everyone else.
Yeah, and so you did. You walked in the door one day.
I did.
And what was that like?
It was interesting. So for those who don't know, I grew up as Catholic, and there were certain traditions that I was taught. Yeah, a lot of different experiences. I will say this, I have nothing against Catholicism. I think now in my journey, I just know that it served its purpose for that time, but I couldn't fully be who I am. And so walking through the doors and observing everyone for the first day, just sitting in the back right there, actually where you cheered, right there. I was listening to the choir, watching everyone interact, and I thought it was a beautiful thing. Everyone seemed very genuine and authentic with each other, and that is something, well, at the time I was searching for, is a community that would accept me for who I am, being a woman, a person of color, and someone who identifies as queer.
Yeah. And in that short period of time you've been here, you've performed on this platform,
yes.
Right? You can perform in this chair if you want. Rosie's, right? Her advocation and her passion is dancing.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And she expresses spiritually through her dancing too. And we've been the beneficiary of that on a couple occasions. And you also traveled all the way to Kansas City, Missouri with us to be part of the larger Unity community at our world headquarters, right?
Yes.
So that is diving in the deep end is what I call it, right? In your first year.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's interesting. When I thought about this question and what this means for me, and coming here to Unity, there's a deeper meaning for me. And for a long time, I struggled with accepting who I am. And so stepping through these doors and being a part of the service, it was telling myself that I am worthy and deserving of love and happiness. And that is something till this day, as I sit in this chair and I speak to all of you, it's something I struggle with, is accepting myself fully for who I am. But every Sunday when I'm around all of you and I'm around your energy, it reminds me of this is why I'm here. It's about being around the right community to do that with. And I have genuinely been myself, with all of you. I haven't If I come in and I'm kind of grumpy or sleepy, I just come in, but I feel like I'm accepted with open arms, with a smile, or if I'm actually feeling some pain that day. And that's something I truly am genuinely thankful for, is being accepted for where I am in any moment, every time I encounter each and every one of you, every Sunday or outside or during the week.
I want to show you something. Online too, at home as well. I'd like you to raise your right hand if you ever have had that experience of not feeling like you could be accepted for exactly who you are. Even a little bit, right? And have you, keep your hand up, your right hand up if that's you, and then if you've felt accepted when you've come here, raise your left hand, and let's testify to the truth that we are all one. We are all one, and we are all here by divine appointment.
I agree.
Rosie. Take your applause, yeah. Thank you. So I want to introduce our next guest who's coming to us from afar, Kate Hunt. And now I'm with one of my favorite Detroit members of our community, Kate Hunt.
One of my favorite. They're actually all my favorites. Yes, that's right.
That's the correct.
I could be one of your 3 favorites from Detroit.
So for those of you who don't know, we have a whole collection of members of Unity San Francisco that actually live in Detroit, Michigan. And I think there's something in the water there that's making them want to be San Franciscans at heart. So grateful to be with you here today, Kate. And and just to be able to expand this conversation. Most of you here don't know that Kate and I have regular conversations now, but I'm going to ask her some questions and find out why Unity San Francisco has been such a pull in her life. So my first question to you, Kate, and can you explain to our community today, what brought you to Unity San Francisco? What makes you discover us all the way from Detroit, Michigan?
Mark and I experienced something in our local church, our local Unity church, where from the pulpit, the minister was using the Bible to bash gay people. I stopped her in the middle of her discussion, in the middle of her talk, but even though I talked to her afterwards, even though I talked to her right in the middle of her saying what she said and not interpreting it through the lens of Unity, she wasn't able to budge. So Mark and I started looking for another one in the area. But I said, we're not going to just go in blind. I am going to be interviewing, because I don't want to have another experience like this. I don't want to have to listen to that kind of harassment. Although I'm all about standing up for it, but it was enough.
Then when you went on this, as I know this part of your story, I'll share with everyone else here too, that you went on a search through the internet for finding other Unity churches. What made you glom onto our service and what made you stay?
Well, it was during the pandemic, so there was a lot available when people started to use Zoom and other platforms in a different way. So I just traveled. Like on a Sunday, I would just Eastern time zone, and I would go to Central time zone, and then I would go to Mountain time zone, and I would do Pacific. Went to Hawaii. I was in Denver. I went to the Unity on the Plaza. I was over in Virginia. And I would do this for several weeks. But even though I like some of the other places, Unity of San Francisco had a better vibe. I was pretty sure I wasn't going to experience any homophobia without actually interviewing. And I really feel like the topics were a higher level, a quantum leap from where I had been, and also just a notch above the others. the ability to really feel like I was there because of the quality of the video and the sound. Even though sometimes when you were working on getting new equipment, and maybe still are.
Still are.
I felt more like I was present, like I was there. In addition to all of that, the number of classes that were offered, especially during the pandemic, there were just so many great classes offered to keep us engaged. I got some great prayer partners and great gratitude partners that helped me get involved. There was outreach too, because I was called for to see if I needed prayer. I was also emailed early on to see if I needed any prayer. I just felt more a part of it because of these multi-experiences. And then the fact that you opened up the board to somebody who was virtual just made me feel more a part of it. Oh, and I cannot forget the quality of music. Come on, the quality of music. In addition to the quality.
Yeah, I'm prejudiced, but I think ours rocks, right? You know.
I've seen a lot, and I'm just saying. In addition to the quality of the talks and the higher level and the guest speakers that you bring in different topics, in addition to all of that and the classes, people stopped and said hi to me.
In Zoom?
People waved at me, even if they didn't say hi. And here I am in the Hollywood Square, right? I'm in the Hollywood Square, my Zoom Square from Detroit, trying to get involved. And people would speak to me and try to connect with me, even in a short period of time. Plus the other people who are on Zoom with me in the salon make me feel like family. Even with what I'm going through right now, really make me feel like family.
So I wanted to talk to everybody about that. Many people here know, but a lot of people watching today don't know this. Kate and I get to meet fairly regularly every other week right now because we are walking through this together. Kate's having a health challenge right now. And my question to you about that, Kate, is how has having this community and the Unity teachings served you or not served you in this health challenge you're going through right now? I do have to give a little shout out. That is our knitting group's hat, Cindy Lavarato's hat made specifically for Kate.
I feel supported. I feel so supported. I was given a playlist of positive songs, this hat, which, I mean, come on. Look how much time she put into this. Look at the little fuzz. I mean, it's just adorable. It's gorgeous. Such quality into it. When after I first discovered that I had cancer, I went out to the retreat at Unity Village, and just was received with such love, even though I had already lost my hair at that point and was feeling a little bit weird and meeting people for the first time. They were like, "Hey, you, come here." Very loving, very, I don't know, it was just delightful and authentic. It felt authentic. The people who know me and are aware of my situation have contacted me and asked how I am and continue to ask how I am. I am at my last chemo coming up next Tuesday, so.
2 days from today.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Not far away.
Yeah.
Been a long journey. So, but I should say also, having you offer me a weekly chat, which, then I didn't need it as much when things got a little bit easier. was so kind. So it's such a difficult time in my life to have that spiritual resource. And I don't think if I had been in any other, background, watching on YouTube, any other community, they would have reached out as much, that they would have connected as much. I can see that it's very important to you, Reverend Ken, and to the community. So even though I'm too far away to show up in person, I feel supported and connected and part of the group.
Part of the group, part of the family, part of all of us. There's the great Rumi quote, that says, we're all just walking each other home. And I'll share this with you again, and I'll share it with everyone here, that it is my pleasure to meet with you, because that is so fulfilling to me, to be able to be that connected to you in that space of vulnerability and authenticity, that it feels empowering to me as well. I hope it does for you, but it feels like I'm making a difference in the moment, just being with you, and time and space, we know, are just constructs of the human mind, that you're right here with us. Thank you, Kate, for being our member. Thank you for being our friend. Thank you for being our supporter. We love you.
We love you, Kate.
We love you, Kate. Let's take that to our time of meditation. I invite you to get comfortable, to allow the chair to hold you, allowing all these stories and all this wisdom wash over us. We open ourselves to the truth that we are all one. We are all in this together.
I am open to the possibility. I am open to the possibility of a life that is meant to be lived by me. There's an open road as far as I can see, and my heart will lead the way. Step by step into the mystery, I surrender every day. I am open to the possibility. I am open to the possibility of a life that is meant to be lived by me. I am open, open. I am open, open. I am open.
Here in this moment, I invite you to open yourself and visualize all that lies ahead, all that is possible for you in this purposeful, purpose-driven life. Right here and right now, in the silence, we are open to hear the voice of the divine. infinite possibility. I am open to my good. I am open to an abundant life. Open to health and wholeness. Open to peace and serenity. Open to wisdom, knowledge. Open, open, open.
I am open to the possibility. I am open to the possibility of a life that is meant to be lived by me. I am open to the possibility. I am open to the possibility of a life that is meant to be lived by me. I am open, open. I am open, open. And so it is.
Namaste. So, for all of you, we got to interview 4 people, 5 if you count Maya Angelou, today as part of this experience. 6 if you count Misa too. And we have our last interview here, David, so 7. But mainly this question is for all of you. So we've set up an apparatus downstairs. After service today, there will be 2 of our employees with cameras, and we're going to ask you the same questions. And we ask you to take the time to go in front of the camera and answer the questions that I've asked everyone here. And for those of you online, we will be sending you out a video interview this week through the miracle of technology. David is going to ask you the questions, and you'll be able to record your answer on video. You can do it on your phone. I did it on my phone. You can do it on your computers at home, and you can hit send, and we get the answers back. So this is for all of us as our 104th anniversary. Give us the gift of telling us of why Unity San Francisco. David.
Yes.
Why Unity San Francisco?
Why Unity San Francisco? In short, it is because Unity San Francisco empowered me to move from a place of transition into transformation.
Yeah.
And, you know, the first time that I came here was a very challenging, confusing place that I was in. And Google led me here. And that's the power of search engine optimization. And so as I grew and I got to connect with you and got to connect with other folks and got to stay engaged with this world-class choir, music team, I found that the teachings were just so practical. And so I was able to take what I learned on Sunday to apply it into my life throughout the week. And at the time, I was working a number of corporate jobs in academia, and kind of like my sexuality, I could make those things work, but it just didn't work ultimately. And so when the staff position opened up here, I had to jump on it because I felt like that was my soul's calling, and I was drawn here. And getting to work with family and getting to stay engaged with this powerful unity message is just something that fuels me. And so with that, I want to point everybody's attention back to our spiritual connection card.
Seamless, aren't we?
If you're online, there's we should have dropped the link in the chat, but if you're here in the room, it's on the back of your connection card. And so there are a number of these spiritual practices that, as I was reading these, resonated so much in my story. And noticed, so first, as I'm reading these, think about what this means to you and whether this makes sense to you. And you can drop them in the offering basket in a minute, or also keep these right here. It's inside your bulletin to take them throughout the week and remind you. Notice what you are drawn to. I knew from when I stepped in here, I was drawn to these teachings and just the life that you radiated, that everyone else radiated here. And it was like, I needed to tap into that. The next is to dive in and immerse yourself in that thing. And here we are 2.5 years later. I'm full-time staff and getting to stay engaged with the teachings and really diving deep into that. And then next is participate fully. There are no half measures. As one of our principles in Unity is that there is only one power, one presence, and active in the universe, and that's the divine. We don't halfway dive into the divine. We are divine right now. And then this is the fun one. Live, laugh, and love. Love wastefully. And that's what I'm doing here. So thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah.
And so you were going to kick it off with describing this part.
So we are here by the generous gifts of hundreds and thousands of people who have given of their time, talent, and treasure for 104 years. And he was mentioned earlier by Ryan. One of the people that I love most in this world, and one of my favorite Unity people, is Errol Roloffs. He made his transition 1.5 years ago, and we miss him to this day. But luckily, through the miracle of technology, we get to have Errol with us again right now.
In the early 90s, I was living in Sacramento and working in Sacramento. And it was also the time of the AIDS pandemic. My friends were dying left and right and all around me. And I was also diagnosed with HIV. And I went into a tailspin. Fortunately, I was reading the Charles Fillmore's Keep It True Lent. And the very same day that I was diagnosed, I remember I was crying and panicking, and I read the affirmation for that day, and it was, "In faith I affirm, through Christ Jesus, God's vitalizing energy floods my entire being, and I am healed." And I am healed. And I've been saying that affirmation every day since then. I also was in the depths of alcoholism and drug addiction. And I knew that if I didn't do something, I would die. Not of AIDS, but of alcoholism. And I wasn't ready. So I went to Unity. I went into rehab, and when I came out of rehab, I started whatever I could do, I did at Unity. I left Unity Sacramento, I came to San Francisco in 1995, and I have my membership card, which is so tiny. It's 30th of June, 1996, Reverend Maureen Bass. And I decided that I needed to show up more. I needed to be more visible in whatever way I could, because the teachings of Unity saved my life. I wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for Unity and the lessons and the tools that they gave me to be who I was intended to be. God expressing in this body, in this form, in this time, in this space. And I had to be that. And I am so grateful for unity, for the teachings, for the principles, for the core values which make me who I am. And I am so grateful that I can give you this message of hope. For out of the darkness you can rise, and out of the ashes the phoenix does rise. And it is possible if you only believe and do what is yours to do. You know what is yours to do. It is not the same as mine, but you know. Do it. That is why I serve this community with such love for all it gives me, for each and every one of you whose love I feel. Thank you. Thank you for seeing me as God intended me to be.
Errol lives. He lives with us here. His ashes are here in the sanctuary with us. His spirit will always be here. So there's many ways for you to give. You can give your cash. There's envelopes in front of you. You can give by check. You can give stocks, bonds, estates, everything.
Yeah.
It all has been given to us. It all can be given to us. And we ask that you give generously of your time, talent, and treasure to Unity San Francisco. I'm going to leave it to David and to say the affirmation, and I'm going to go get the kids.
Absolutely. And as the ushers are coming forward, we have an affirmation that we like to give. And it goes like this: I give with abundant love and joy. As I give, I receive. Let's know this together with feeling, emotion, and power. I give with abundant love and joy. As I give, I receive. And so it is. Take it away, choir.
Prayer, oh prayer, prayer, it changes me. I know that prayer, oh prayer, it changes me. Yes, it changes me. Prayer, oh prayer, prayer, it changes me. I know that prayer, oh prayer, it changes me. Yes, it changes me. Last time. Oh, prayer, prayer, it changes me. I know that prayer, oh, prayer, it changes me. Yes, it changes me. Again, it changes me. Yes, it changes me. It changes me. Yes, it changes me. It changes me. Yes, it changes
What a great reminder and affirmation. We have a number of events that are going on, and in the interest of time, I invite you to please read the slides, read the bulletins, read your e-newsletter, because we have some amazing things going on. And with that, I am going to kick it off to Reverend Ken for the blessing of the children.
You remember what this is from? Or which show this is from? Which one? Peanuts? Sure. Charlie Brown? Or Good Man, Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown Christmas. Hi. All right, kids, where's Mark? Where did he go?
Oh, me? Oh, Josh.
He left? Okay. So anyway, we have an affirmation for our children. If you didn't hear this growing up, I want you to hear it right now. Okay? You are God's perfect expression of divine life. We see you and we love you exactly the way you are. You ever heard that?
No.
Well, good. Good time.
Actually, I did, because you guys said that like last Sunday.
Yeah, we did.
Every Sunday morning, every
Right?
Sunday.
So let's take this to our children. Together. You are God's perfect expression of divine life. We see you and we love you exactly the way you are. And it's someone's 11th birthday today.
What?
Can we all sing happy birthday?
Okay, choir. Let's get our pitch.
Happy. All right, well, it is. We're to you. Say yes. Happy birthday to you. Just say yes. Happy birthday, dear Maya. Marcy. Happy birthday to you. It's close enough.
My birthday's on the 13th.
Well, it's close enough. Can you say yes? Can you say yes to us loving you?
Maybe.
Okay. I'll take that as a win. If you'd like prayer, our prayer chaplains will be here.
Available.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a number of ways you can access prayer. If you're online or in the room, let's stay after service to chat with one another. It's a great way to connect throughout the country, no matter where you are. And thank you to everyone who has made today possible. And all of you, all of our volunteer teams, our staff, we're so grateful for you.
All right. I invite you to stand as you're willing and able, and let's all make a joyful noise as we close out the service with this song. Careful.
My eyes are wide and open. My eyes can see. My mind is filled with knowing. My mind believes. I am awake. I am awake. Once you know where your freedom lies, you can't go back and close your eyes. The truth, it cannot be denied. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. My heart is clear and growing. My heart can see. My soul is full of knowing. My soul believes. I am awake. I am awake. Once you know where your freedom lies, you can't go back and close your eyes. The truth, it cannot be denied. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. Woo! Once you know where your freedom lies, you can't go back and close your eyes. The truth, it cannot be denied. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light. You are the light, you are the light, you are the light.
I'll say that again. Sometimes it's really easy to see the light in someone else. Sometimes it's really easy to look out and see how beautiful they are, but it's often hard to affirm it for us ourselves. I am the light. That's what Jesus taught us, right? In the scriptures it says, you are the light of the world. He said it to us, saying it to ourselves. So can we say, I am the light?
I am the light.
Now can we mean it?
I am the light.
Let's sing it then.
I am love where your freedom lies. You can't go back and close your eyes. The truth, it cannot be denied. I am the light, I am the light, I am the light. I am the light, I am the light, I am the light. I am the light, I am the light, I am the light. I am the light, I am the light, I am the light. I am the light, I am the light, I am the light, I am the light. I am the light, I say, I am the light, I am the light, I am the light. Sing it to be greater than the way you were walking today. Sing out, I am the light, I am the light, I am the light. I am the light, I am the light, I am the light. I am the light, I am the light, I am the light. Woo! Happy Sunday!
Happy Sunday, everybody! Well, that went really well. Thank you.
Is the volume on? Thumbs up. Can you hear me now? Cool. Hey everybody. Wonderful service. Kate, awesome. Awesome. Mark, I know you was encouraging that, in the backgrounds there, doing the stuff like I do, behind the scenes. Yeah. Oh, wow. Lots there. Hey, Emmy, Susan, Stacy, Joe Marie. Who else is there?